Hey there, geographers! Welcome back to the Mr. Sinn channel. Today we're covering Unit 4, Topic 6, Internal Boundaries. Now, this video is going to focus a lot on the United States and the elections within it, but we're not going to be talking about the political drama going on. Instead, we're going to talk about voting districts, redistricting, and gerrymandering, while focusing on the impact these things have on elections in the United States. First, let's just figure out what a voting district is. A voting district, or a VTD, is a generic term adopted by the Bureau of Census. It includes a variety of polling areas, such as election districts, precincts, or wards, that state and local governments create for the purpose of administrating elections. In simple terms, it's a geographic area where citizens go to vote. Over time, populations change and districts need to change with them. The districts need to make sure that they are reflecting the populations they represent. Now, depending on where you live, you're going to see this responsibility fall to different organizations. Some places it's a third party, others politicians. For example, the majority of European countries use independent commissions to create districts that are compact and homogeneous. The goal is to make sure that districts aren't created based off voting preferences. In the United States, most districts are created by state legislators, with only 6 states using nonpartisan organizations to create their districts. The 6 states that use nonpartisan commissions to draw their districts are Arizona, California, Hawaii, Idaho, New Jersey, and Washington. Now, the controversy with redistricting normally is focused around states that allow their legislators to be able to create new boundaries. And the reason why there's controversy is because many people believe that the party that is in charge of redistricting will use their power to benefit their own party. They will redistrict boundaries to be able to give their party an advantage in those boundaries by looking at what people voted for in the last election. This concept became known as gerrymandering. Gerrymandering is the redrawing of legislative boundaries to benefit the party in power. This term was named after Elbridge Gerry. He was a governor of Massachusetts and was one of the first people to redistrict a voting district to benefit his party. His new district looked like a salamander, and eventually people put Gerry's name together with salamander, and the term gerrymandering came to be. Politicians have used gerrymandering to gain power or to keep power in a variety of ways. Some have used a process known as cracking, where like-minded voters are spread across many districts. This makes it so those like-minded voters are now the minority, and it reduces the likelihood that their vote will have an impact on the election. Another tactic used is packing. This is when like-minded voters are stacked into just a few districts. This may give certain voters a win in some districts. However, it diminishes the impact of their votes in all the other districts. Today, many districts are considered safe districts, where politicians don't have to really worry about re-election. We can see this in 2012. Democrats got over 1.1 million more votes, but Republicans sent 33 more members to the House. It's important to understand, though, that both political parties in the United States use gerrymandering. Many people believe this is one of the reasons why Congress has such a low approval rating, but so many of them get reelected. For example, in 2012, both parties in the United States had an approval rating around 15%, but 90% of House members were reelected. In 2014, the approval rating was 11 to 14%, yet still 95% of politicians were reelected. Now, some people have called for the United States to adopt things like algorithms to create new districts based on population to take political stuff out of the equation. However, other people say there's an advantage to having populations and redistricting run by state legislators where they have a better idea of their own district. So I turn this over to you now. What do you think about redistricting? What do you think should be done? Do you live in a safe district? And what do you think the best way to handle voting is in the United States? These questions are important for us to ask, as the answers have huge implications on not just who's in the government, but how our state and our country will be run. Next time on the Mr. Sinn channel, we will be covering the different forms of government as we explore Topic 7 of Unit 4. Thank you so much for watching the video. As always, subscribe and support the channel. And don't forget to check out your answers to the review questions in the comments below. I'm Mr. Sinn, and until next time, geographers, I'll see you online. Actually, I wonder if my vote really matters. I better go check to see if my district's a safe district. I'll see you next time, geographers.